Yeah, good morning, everyone. We'll start the morning call. So, yesterday, US stocks moved higher. Economic data was released, which pointed positive cues for the US economy. The jobless claims for the week ending July 12th came in at 2,21,000, which was down 7,000 numbers from the previous week. So this was positive for the market yesterday. Apart from that, the S&P 500 also rose 0.5%, which was all-time high. PepsiCo and United Airlines reported positive numbers, and they moved up 5 to 6% in yesterday's trade. So this week's quarterly results have largely surprised the Wall Street forecast, and about 50 out of S&P 500 companies have reported so far, with 88% exceeding analyst estimates. So overall, these economic indicators and the positive earnings have taken the markets higher. So we can also expect similar kind of a reaction in Indian markets today. I request the technical team to take the call forward now.
Yeah, thank you, Kavita. Good morning, all of you. See, yesterday we saw that Nifty struggled to sustain the 25 to 100 and close below that important resistance zone. But right now, Nifty maintained the 50 DMA, and last 3 to 4 trading session, we saw that Nifty taking support that 50 DMA that comes around 25,020. The first immediate support Nifty is 25,020, that is 50 DMA. Is break, then we expect some pressure build towards 24,940. Today, we expect flattish, not open and likely to within the range bound. If Nifty again break 25,200 and close above that important range, then we expect further rally towards 25 to 70. That is major resistance zone. If Nifty break this resistance zone, then we expect upward move towards 25,500 and then 700 in upside. Bank Nifty also trading near the resistance zone. Yesterday we saw some pressure in upper range, and again Bank Nifty closed below the 57,000. And yesterday, we saw the last half an hour some pressure in Bank Nifty. Majorly support place at downside 56,740 and 56,500 at downside. Upside first immediate resistance 57,240. So overall, both index trading near the crucial range, and we closely watch today's weekly close. It managed to sustain this important support zone. Stock specific, CG Power looks positive at current range. We already see the consolidation movement, and We expect this breakout given a good rally in CG Power. SW Solar also looks positive at current level. PNB Housing also looking positive at current level. Tata Consumer, we already initial call buy. We expect this momentum towards 1170, 1180 and upside. That's it for technical derivative. I can carry.
Yeah, thank you. Good morning, everyone. So on the derivatives front, there is not much of change from the overall data perspective. Currently, still we are seeing that the Nifty is holding the range bound momentum as per the Y position. The 25,000 is the initial support for the market, while on the upside, 25,200, 300 will act as a immediate resistance zone for the market. Currently, if Nifty manages to get stable about 25,300 level on the future basis, then we will expect the stability in the market, and again the buying will be converted towards the 25,500, 800 levels on the upside. Till the time 25,000 level is getting holded on and the put writers are not getting liquidated at 25,000 strike, till that point of time we should hold the long positions. Currently, as per the India Wix, also we are seeing that India Wix is trading at a lower level. So currently, there is not much of volatility compression in the market. We might see some pullback in the market, because if you look at the India Wix and RSI together, we are seeing that the RSI is again coming out from its lower level, and it's showing a positive sign. And India Wix is also trading at a lower level, so volatility is getting decreased, and the pullback momentum from the RSI is again can be witnessed in the market, while PCROI closed at 0.94 level. So currently PCR is also currently trading between the range of 0.90 to 1 from last many days, due to which we are seeing that there is not much of a healthy call writers position in the market at this point of time. The market range will remain a range bound till the time 25,000 to 25,300 range is not getting a broken out, while on the stock specific front counter that looks positive in today's session will be CG Power, ABB and Health looks positive, while on the negative front BDL, ICICI General Insurance and M&M Finance looks negative. That's it from that front. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. On the result front, Polycab India posted the result yesterday. Result was above expectations. Revenue grew by around 26% on a YY basis. This was mainly led by the wires and cable segment, which grew by 26%, while FMEG observed muted performance. The demand for wires and cables was driven by the higher government expenditure, better project execution, and the rising commodity prices. Cables continue to outperform wires. In terms of profitability, operating margin reported at 14.5%, which is above the expectation. This is led by the strategic price adjustments in the wires and cable segment. The stock is currently trading at a PE of around 44 times to FY27 EPS. We are positive on the stock and will provide further updates from the con call schedule today. Clean Science and Technology Limited posted the result yesterday. Result was marginally below expectations. Revenue grew by around 8%, 8.5%, 4% on a YY basis. It was mainly led by the volumes. The tariffs impacted the demand from China, Europe, and US. EBITDA margin reported at 41% versus expectation of 40%. During the quarter, Performance Chemical segment performed better, led by the growth in HILS series. It was mainly led by the volumes. It is the management indicated that it is nearing break even, which requires monthly run rate of rupees 10 crore of sales, and the guidance for HILS remains intact with 4,000 metric tons of volumes and revenue of 210 crore. It plans to launch more advanced products in HILS with a higher price range that will focus. Also, it will focus on more yield efficiency to stay competitive in the market. In terms of capex, it has spent around 80 crore during the quarter for the subsidiary Clean Finochem Limited, and the total capex for the year planned at 200 crore. The remaining will be spent over the next 3 quarters, and various projects are expected to commission as per the schedule, where Performance Chemicals 1 and 2 projects and the barbituric acid plant is expected to commission in the year. The water trial approval is expected in 2 to 6 months. Also, the promoter stake is expected to reduce from 71% to 51 It's 51%. And it has revised its EBITDA guidance towards 15 to 18% growth from 18 to 20%. A gross margin is expected to remain stable at 35%. The stock is trading at a PE of 45 times to FY27 EPS, and we are neutral over the near term. Thank you.
Yeah, so Wipro numbers came out yesterday and they were broadly in line with expectation. The IT services revenues were down 2% in a constant currency basis, and that was within the range which was guided by the company. Margins also remained flattish. Order book TCV is very good for the company, and the company has also given good outlook for H2 of this fiscal. Valuations are very reasonable at 18.4 times FY27 expectations, and outlook for Wipro is positive. Secondly, LTI and Mindtree reported numbers. They were also in line. Revenues grew 0.8%, and while margins at 14.3% were in line with the expectation. So, long-term outlook remains positive for LTI and Mindtree. And apart from that, Tata Communication numbers were below expectations. Revenue came in at 5,960 crore against expectation of around 6,000 plus odd crores. Margins came in at 19.1% against expectation of 20.5%. Outlook is neutral for Tata Communication. Then Indian Hotels Company reported numbers in line. Revenues grew 32% Y on Y, a little ahead of expectations, and even the EBITDA margins were in line with what the street was expecting. Outlook for Indian Hotels Company is positive in the long run. And finally, Shopper Stop reported numbers in line with the expectations, wherein revenue showed 6% Y on Y growth, and margins exceeded the expectation at 15.2%. Outlook for Shopper Stop remains positive. Thank you.
Good morning. Axis Bank posted its results. Results were weak. Advances grew by 8% year on year and 2% sequentially, and the bank is projecting a 300 basis point faster growth rate than the industry in long term. Its profit declined by 4% year on year and 18% sequentially. Management stated in the con call that for the Q1 net interest margin was 3.8%, down from 3.97% quarter on quarter, primarily due to seasonal agriculture slippages and technical classification. And the full impact of a repo rate cut will be reflected in quarter two, potentially reducing the margins. But management expect net interest margin to average at 3.8% during the cycle. The technical impact mainly affects cash credit, overdraft accounts, and accounts with one-time settlements. All the parameters with the influenced by the bank's technical classification, where gross slippages for the quarter grew to rupees 8,200 crore. Slippages increased due to technical classification of some of the assets, especially in retail segment. Bank became more prudent in accounting slippage ahead of regulatory requirement. The higher slippage has resulted in increase in credit cost in the quarter, and this will improve by upcoming quarters. Its asset quality deteriorated. Gross NPA rose to 1.57% from 1.28% quarter on quarter, and net NPA increased to 0.45% from 0.33% quarter on quarter. Credit cost was increased to 1.5% from 0.8% year on year, and ROA stood at 1.5% compared to 1.8% quarter on quarter. The bank expect a revival in growth in FY26 and maintain its long-term guidance of 3% over industry growth for FY27. Also, bank sees personal loan and credit card portfolio to be stabilized. So the outlook for the Axis Bank is long-term positive, and the stock is trading at 1.9 times trailing price to book value ratio. Lastly, Geo Financial Services results has improved. Its AUM grew by 16% sequentially. Revenue grew by 24.2% quarter on quarter and 46.6% year on year. PAT grew by 4% year on year and 3% sequentially. The stock is trading at P of 124.4 times TTM EPS, and the outlook is positive for the stock. Thank you.
Good morning. Nuvoco Vistas Corporation Limited posted its results. The result is above expectations. The revenue from operations grew 9% YOY, but has declined 5.6% quarter on quarter. EBITDA margin came at 18.1% versus the expectations of 17.6%. PAT grew substantially from 2.8 crore last year to 133.2 crore this year in this quarter. The stock is trading at a PE of 55.7 times FY27 expected EPS. Thank you.
Yeah, that's it from fundamental side. Harshal can take the call forward.
Yeah, thank you, Kavita. Good morning, everyone. So today's session, we are expecting gold and silver prices to pull back. Gold one can initiate a buy around 97,250 with a stop loss of 96,950. On upside, we are eyeing for 97 800 levels. So profit taking around 96 800 98,000 is recommended. Wherein silver one can buy on dips around 1 lakh 12,000 to 1 lakh 11,500, and uh, on upside we are eyeing for 1 lakh 13,500. So buying on dips in silver is recommended. On the other hand, copper prices are trading sideways, though some positive momentum is being witnessed. So buying on dips around 884, 883 with a stop loss of 878 is recommended. And in zinc, one can initiate a buy around 258.50 with a stop loss of 257. On upside, expected to test 262 to 63 levels. And crude oil also buying on dips around 57.50 with a stop loss of 56.70 is recommended. On upside, expected to test to 58.70, 5900. And in natural gas, expecting some profit taking, so selling around 306 with a strict stop loss of 313 is recommended. On downside again, prices are expected to test 295 to 90 levels on downside. So that's it from us. Thank you very much.